YouTube, what's going on, man? What's going on? I don't like keep talking about things people talking about. Sometimes I talk about a lot of trending things, but a lot of times I talk about things I want to talk about. Cause I seen a few things on the internet I can speak on, but I want to talk about what I want to talk about. But the thing I really want to talk about that had me kind of rolling the other day was this Marcellus Wiley, Stephen A. Smith beef. And you know, I've been watching them beef. It's like they've been having a problem for a little minute, because one thing about Marcellus Wiley, he always tell the truth about Max Kellerman. You know, they real good friends, and they used to do a show together before Max Kellerman ended up going to First Take. And Stephen A. Smith went on a world tour about why he didn't like working with Max Kellerman, which I don't understand, because he was loving to brag on how First Take was the #1 show. And it was the #1 show when Max Kellerman was on there. I'm not even gonna lie no more. Since Max Kellerman not on the show, I hardly even watch the show. I used to like Max Kellerman, his perspective, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like a lot of times I'm on his side, you know what I'm saying? Like when Terrell Owens made that comment that Max Kellerman acts more black, you know what I'm saying? Like riding with the black people more than anybody. Like riding with the black people more than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith got offended by that at that time, and I still remember that show. He got offended by him saying that, and the thing about it, when T.O. pointed that out, I had been saying that for a long time. It's like he be tap dancing. Stephen A. Smith tap dances a lot, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, when I started watching First Take, I didn't watch First Take for Skip Bayless. I used to watch it. I think Stephen A. came on there 2 days a week at one time when it was just Skip Bayless, but Stephen A. would come on the show, and Stephen A. would talk that real, and that's why I cut it for the show. I started being a big fan of the show when Stephen A. started coming on there 1 or 2 days. Then when he came on the show permanent, because he say Skip Bayless asked him could he come on the show permanent, and he came on that was one of my favorite shows. I watched it, I recorded it every day to check it out, because Stephen A. stood on his business, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed over the years with the Ray Rice incident and a lot of other incidents where he might say something the wrong way and they suspend him or something, or he get in trouble for it. It seemed like he kind of was like, let me stay out of controversy. Like, he'll step in controversy, but it's like a lot of times when he's saying his opinion, I don't look at it as his real opinion. I think he's kind of being safe, how he touched topics, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't used to be like that, and that's what made me gravitate to the show, is Stephen A. speaking the real. And when Max Kellerman came on her, it kind of looked like Stephen A. Smith kind of jumped into the Skip Bayless role when Skip Bayless left, and Max Kellerman jumped into the Stephen A. Old Smith way of how he came at things, how he talked about things, and what side he stood on. But let me get back to what I was talking about. Marcellus Wiley always comes to Max's defense, because you know a lot of times Max ain't been saying nothing. And you know Stephen A. Smith went on this world tour. He went on the Breakfast Club. I think he went on All the Smoke. I think he went on Give It Arenas. You know, he done went on a lot of shows talking about Max Kellerman. I think he went on Big Boy's show and he's talking about Max Kellerman, and Max Kellerman never said nothing to defend himself. And lately I see Max Kellerman and got him a gig back where he's gonna be doing the commentating on the Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that. So it's good to see Max Kellerman back on the show, because I like Max Kellerman commentary on certain things, especially when you're talking about boxing, because that's where I really got a hold of Max Kellerman on, was boxing. And he was one of the first people on Around the Horn, you know what I'm saying? I used to cover that show too. But I think Stephen A. Smith got threatened by Max Kellerman, because Stephen A. Smith like looking like the smartest person in the room. And I think on the show with Max Kellerman, he didn't let him feel that way, because Max Kellerman, like they said, he a genius. And Marcellus Wiley always putting it out there, always talking about that, like Max is literally a genius. Like you talk to him, he's a real genius, you know what I'm saying? He went to Columbia. Him and Marcellus Wiley went to the same school, but they say Max is a genius. And I think the dynamic Stephen A. Smith wanted, which Marcellus Wiley pointed out, was he wanted Max Kellerman to be the suited up white guy, and he looked like the black guy that come to save the day. And a lot of times Max Kellerman will come in, and like T.O. said, a lot of times he would seem like he's more blacker than Stephen A. Smith. You know, how he would talk about a situation, how he would tell the truth about a situation. And it seemed like Stephen A. Smith was talking how he was talking to protect his money. So it was more of a money thing with Stephen A. Smith, and with Max Kellerman, he was talking in realness. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt about it. And that's why he wanted him off the show. But it seemed like every opportunity Max Kellerman get, he points that out. Every opportunity he gets, he points it out how Stephen A. Smith was about Max Kellerman, and how he really didn't want him on the show, and how he used that as an excuse like the show wasn't good no more. But he always bragging about the ratings of the show. So if the show got great ratings, that means people are liking the show. It's just you didn't like Max Kellerman on it. I don't think he liked that dynamic of Max Kellerman being on the show. But I was watching the last Marcellus Wiley show, and it's a part 2 of him talking about Stephen A. Smith, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Even everything he was talking about, I was listening to it. But when he got a segment on his show when he's talking about, this is what we do on the show, man. We flow, you know what I'm saying? We flow, we freestyle. So he freestyles at the end of the show, and it's real funny, man, because this time he was like a rap battling Stephen A. Smith. And that's what I really wanted to get on here and talk about, man. Anybody that watched Marcellus Wiley's show, he say, this is what we do, boy. We flow, boy, at the end of the show, you know what I'm saying? And he flows, and he'll cut on the beat, and he'll start freestyling. Man, I found this hilarious, man. Like, you know, he's not the best rapper, man, but what he was saying was hilarious, man. If y'all got an opportunity, y'all got to check it out. But what I'm going to do, go to his channel and check it out, but I'm going to post it on my video at the end of my video, and y'all check out what he was saying. But, man, it was hilarious to me, man. I watched it. I was laughing, man. But Stephen A. Smith was doing his, he played some content of Stephen A. Smith on his show, and, you know, he go with that old Macho Man Randy Savage threats. Oh, I'm coming, brother. I'm about to come back, and I'm about to get something for y'all when I come off vacation. Nobody don't be trying to hear it. He do that every time and don't come back with nothing. He talking about he got all these things, these secrets on these guys, but he never come with anything. And I know he was talking about the big guy, Jason Whitlock, too. But I think this was more directed at Marcellus Wiley, because Marcellus Wiley is friends with Max. Jason Whitlock ain't really friends with Max Kellerman. So, but if you get an opportunity, it's the part 2 of Stephen A., the response on Marcellus Wiley's show. And, man, it's hilarious, man. He got to the end. He freestyled, you know what I'm saying, at the end. And he was making some good points, though, during the video. He was talking about how, like, you can't look at me like I'm a peon, like I ain't did nothing in my life. I've been the guy with the big contract. I made it to the NFL, you know what I'm saying? But y'all got to check it out, man. It's funny, man. But, hey, y'all, like, comment, subscribe to my video. I'm out.
I know what y'all waiting for, so you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Oh, I got to give you that pretty. You lucky, Stephen A. You know I got respect for you, because if I didn't, boy, I would give you that gangster again. But this is to you, coach's son. Yeah, I ain't letting it go. Oh, you don't try to freeze my stuff. Oh, try to get hijacked. I know you got connections, but damn, you can't come up in my crib doing all this. I got something to say to you, coach's son. Stephen A., talking tough. You coach's son, beefing with the athletes, scared to name even one. Always throwing shade from the bleachers with your mic. But if they clap back, you acting like you ready to fight. Oh, come on. Got that mindset, never stepped on the court. Couldn't handle the grind, so you just talk as a sport. Coach's son, energy, always calling out plays. But if they run at you, you disappear for days. LeBron checked you quick. Who you think you talking to? Barking from your desk. In my face, you don't know what to do. KD called you out too. Said you talk out your neck. That's why real ones don't respect you. They just deflect. Talking about a comeback in a couple months, tough. Man, that sounds so weak. That apology stuff. He ain't accountable. Just switching your tone. Acting like coach's son. Never standing alone. And Kyrie heard you. Way too personal. Acting like his choices ain't his. So controversial. Always judge a man's life. You ain't lived through his test. Coach's son. Thinking he knows what's best. All these athletes don't like you. They know you're a clown. Built your name off they name and then tear them all down. Love to dish it out, can't handle getting cooked. Coach's son in the huddle, but he shook to look. T.O. said it real, Max blacker than you, and you felt that shit was really true. Athlete mindset, you ain't built for no grind. Coach's son on the bench just wasting your time. LeBron see you too, little dog with a yelp. Trying to talk like you the king when you just begging for some help. You ain't carrying no team, you ain't never been clutch. Talking about the greats, hoping they'll give you a touch. Ooh, coach's son, towel boy with a suit on. Talk loud, play quiet, that's the truth drawn. So some may be hating your hustle, some may be jealous, maybe they are, but they sure ain't Marcellus. Maybe them other fellas, but not Marcellus.